Good morning, Braves. It's Alejandro Otero here, and today I'm here with.
Mr. Green.
How you doing today, Mr. Green?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So, for those that don't know, October is Disability Awareness Month, and today we have Mr. Green. So, we want to hear a little backstory of what happened to you.
All right, let's go back in time 5 years. The day is December 16th, 2019. I'm at the top of my career, walking, just graduated from college, got my degree in welding because at that time I was a shipyard worker doing welding and electrician work. Jump forward 3 days later, December 19th, 2019. I'm hanging out with some friends in Virginia Beach, about to go out of town, celebrate graduating college, start my career. I pull up to my friend's house, didn't even know what had happened that day. So that morning, two gangs in Virginia Beach were rivaling against each other. A gang leader had been shot and killed,
Wow.
and the people that killed him jumped into a white car and took off. They didn't see nobody's face. They just saw them jump into a white car and take off. So they got the bright idea to put a hit out on every white car in the area. I was in the area that day. So later that night, I pull up to my friend's house, didn't even know what was going on. So I get out the car, go to the trunk, get my duffel bag, about to pick up my homeboys and go out of town. As soon as I shut that trunk and came around the corner, shots rang out. It was three shooters. Two of them had hollow points. One of them had a 9mm. Tried to run, immediately got hit in my back. As soon as that bullet went in my back, I lost all function of my mobility from the waist down. Legs gone, bowels gone, bladder gone, all gone. Couldn't feel, couldn't move nothing. And what's crazy was it did not stop after that. They continued to shoot. Shot me, shot up my car, shot up the house that my friend was in. There I am laying outside on the ground in the middle of gunfire, praying, crying, begging, pleading not to die. So my five friends that I was with came outside in the middle of gunfire, dodging bullets, picked me up and snatched me in the house and drugged me around the beam. Mind you, people still shooting, still shooting. Bullets flying through the windows, through the walls, everything. So they brought me in the house. Everybody dropped to the ground. There I am laying lifeless in the house, still bleeding from my back, crawled behind a beam. The neighbor comes running over, banging on the door, let me in, let me in. Is everybody all right? I told them, do not open that door because at that point, you don't know who's friend or foe. So they opened the door. He identified himself, came in, called the police. They did not stop shooting until the police came. So they shot for like what, at least a good 5-10 minutes.
Wow.
They heard the sirens, finally stopped shooting. Police get to the scene. I'm sitting there crying, still can't move. I'm like, somebody call my mom. Call my mom right now. So they put me in an ambulance, rushed me to the hospital. Hit every speed bump on the way there. Good God. No, it was to the point where I told them to slow down. But anywho, get to the hospital, immediately get put into interrogation with police. How do you know this person? Who you affiliated with? How did this happen? Was anybody trying to hurt you? So after that, they put me in the intensive care unit. Mom gets there, brother gets there, snatch them up real quick, interrogation. So my mom up in there crying, don't even know if her son is alive or dead.
Yeah.
And like, where's my child? And she was like, well, Miss Green, we got to tell you, your son has been shot. She was like, what? Cameron shot? That him and shot don't go in the same sentence. What are you telling me right now? Well, he's been shot. He's alive, but he can't walk. So they asking my mom a bunch of questions. How do you know this person? Who are they affiliated with? How did your son know this person? He comes up in the ER room crying, makeup toe up, just crying. So jump forward 3 days later. 3 days later, I was not aware that I was fully paralyzed. So I get three doctors that come into the room. I was by myself. My mom had just left to go take a shower, change clothes, and get her mind right because she did not leave my side after it happened. So three doctors walk into my room deep, and I'm like, okay, so what's going on? They was like, well, Mr. Green, we got your test results back. We got your x-ray, your back scan, and you are fully paralyzed. You will not walk again. You will not drive again. You're going to have to change your career. This part of your life is going to be different. This part is over. I got kicked down. When I mean I was up here, I went from up here all the way down here. So, but it's a testimony because I'm able to move my legs. I'm still able to drive my car. They told me I wasn't going to be able to do that. I'm working two amazing jobs: lead counselor for the YMCA, TA for Indian River. So I'm still making strides. I'm still doing physical therapy, and I'm still proving people wrong. Because can't nobody tell you what you can and can't do. In the words of Ray Charles, of what his mom told him, don't let nobody ever make you a cripple. So If you got something that you want to do it. But what's crazy about my story, what people don't know is the person that shot me was 17, still in school, and it was a black male. So
Wow.
my message to the young folk: do what you got to do, live right, stay away from gangs, stay away from drugs, guns, all of it. Say no, because you never know when you're going to impact somebody else's life that wasn't even living like that.
Yeah, that's life changing, man.
You
Like,
said it.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that, man.
I
Like,
mean, it's inspiration. I'm
yeah,
here. I'm alive. I shouldn't be, but I am.
you're inspiration to everybody. That's a crazy story. Like going through that, not knowing if you're gonna be alive or not, and then being here, getting movement in your legs, being able to drive your car. Like, not everybody can say they did that. There's
Of
people that
course.
went through that, and they did, and like here you are. It's a blessing from God.
And what's crazy is I was knocking on death's door again because like 2 weeks later they airlifted me to an intensive rehab spinal injury place called the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah,
2 days of me being there, I had developed blood clots in my leg that was in my lung about to burst and kill me. So I caught them 24 hours in advance, but they had to arrest me and do surgery to get them out my lung.
it's
That was the closest I came to dying. It was really scary, very painful. Just, you know,
it's God, man.
amen.
The purpose. You're here for a purpose.
Of
That's a
course.
beautiful sight to see, man.
Of course.
So
Anything I can do to inspire the youth.
yeah,
That's what I'm all about.
that's great, man. And why do you work at?
Greenbrier Family YMCA.
For
I do summer camp and then I do morning care with the schools and aftercare with schools.
okay.
So Crestwood Intermediate, Greenbrier Intermediate.
And have you faced any challenges when it comes to the kids? Like, have they always been supportive, or was there times where you felt like,
There were times where kids would come up to me and be like, "What are you gonna do? You can't tell me what to do. You're just a man in a wheelchair. You're disabled. You're crippled. You can't walk." But like first year into the injury, because this is 5 years going on.
yeah,
First year, depression was really hard. Had suicidal thoughts. Anytime somebody would say something to me, I was right there, ready to go off. Just I didn't really have a backbone for like the first 3 years of the injury.
yeah,
It took time for me to develop that. It took time for me to fight for myself.
yeah,
It took time for me to get my will to live back. Because anybody that knows me, if you ask, I didn't leave the house for like the first 2 years. I stayed home.
wow,
After I came back from therapy, I was in the house. Mom had to bring me stuff up to the room because I didn't want to leave.
yeah.
So it takes time.
I get that. Wow, man. I mean, thank you for sharing. Like,
Always.
you know,
I got a copy of the story in the office if you want it.
for
I
I have
am
to.
writing a book on this journey. I'm not publishing my book
Why not?
until I walk
Oh,
again because it's going to hit different. It's
yeah,
going to really hit. When I walk again and I drop that book, it's going to make an impact. And I want it to deliver a message.
I
So
get
I'm
that.
still documenting,
Yeah,
writing, and typing stuff up as I go along this journey.
yeah. What's the book gonna be called?
Still standing by standing still.
I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like that. So, y'all be sure to check out this book. Remember that.
Of course.
Remember that. But yeah, thank you for sharing your story, man.
Always.
I'm sure that they're gonna love to hear this, man.
And no, I was not a part of that gang. I don't want anybody to be like, oh, he was living filthy. That's why he got injured. No, was not a part of the gang. The two people the three shooters, as for them,
Yeah.
the one that shot me is currently in jail. His criminal record is just as long as his dad's. They caught him through matching ballistics. He was most
Wow.
wanted by the city of Norfolk and Virginia Beach. Got picked up in Norfolk. They attached my crime on as a hate crime. And then his dad, he right in jail with him. The two other people that was shooting up the house, they died. Like I said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So make your decisions carefully because you never know how it's going to impact you, your future, your loved ones, your friends, family. Because there are a lot of cases like mine where you're living right and doing right and you get injured or somebody close to you has to suffer because of a choice that you made. And
Yeah.
once you make that choice, you cannot take it back. So don't let that be you.
Always make the right choices. At least try to. But anyways, man, thank you for your time.
Always.
I'm appreciative of that, man. And God bless you, man. We're gonna
Most
see you walk
definitely.
one day. We're gonna see you walk
Of
soon.
course. What? Of course.
All right, man. This is Alejandro Otero signing off with Mr. Green. We'll see you guys on the next one.